Okay. Good evening. I don't know if it's evening or evening-ish for those who are joining. My name is Irene, and I'm here with Doreen. Irene Maweu, I'm joining you from the coast of Kenya, Malindi, and I'm really happy to share with you this session where we'll be co-creating our facilitation future together and see where we go from here. We'll play around with a lot of AI tools and see if you know they make a difference in our lives or not. Doreen, please introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. It's always a great pleasure to be here and interact with every one of us and learn from one another. Yeah, so today we'll be co-creating our facilitation future together, and I look forward to seeing how this looks like. Thanks so much.
Okay, thank you. We wanted to play a song, but now since we are 7 minutes and we want to play, we will not be playing it, so we'll skip it. Sometimes it has its own life, so okay, I managed. I managed to do that, yeah. I think this is yours, Doreen?
Yes, indeed. I am so amazed that Irene knows almost everyone and where they are joining in from. But for the sake of the rest of us, may we just write in the chat where it is that we are joining from. I know we are coming from different places. So feel free to tell us your name in the chat and where you're joining from. We could do that in a few seconds. So, Patrick is joining us from Harare, Catherine from Cape Town, South Africa, Mariam from the shining Kenya, Jeremy from Kigali, Irene, Malindi in the coastal part of Kenya. Joanne is from Nairobi, Kenya. This is not everyone. What about the rest of us? Aichi is in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. And Jacob is in Cape Town, Windberg. I'm also joining from Nairobi, Kenya. Mary is joining from Kenya, Turkana. Rachel is joining us from Kajiado, Kenya. Right, Glory from Mwanza, Tanzania. Oh, what a nice representation. We are joining from different places with one objective to come and share facilitation knowledge and collaborate and work together. All right, so because we're joining from different places, may I then ask that what or which weather condition describes your day? You've had your day, perhaps it's later in the day for you, an afternoon and evening. How would you describe your day? You could use the various metaphors. You could use cloudy. You could use stormy. That's why we have the various images to your right. Please feel free to tell us how your day feels. Yeah. Aichi says hers is hot, humid, and is enjoying a natural sauna, likens it to that. Thanks so much, Aichi, for sharing. Mine has been a hot one. Perhaps comparing it to Aichi's, would have also called it a natural sauna. Jeremy says Kigali has been sunny and breezy. Catherine says Cape Town was cooler, but now it's drizzling. Oh, interesting, and quite humid. There's no wind for a change. At least you're resting from the wind. Jacob is saying overcast with sun popping out now and then. Oh, wow. Okay. Mary, Turkana is very hot and windy. Patrick, where they are is warm and cloudy. Jean, Kigali is hot and windy. Rachel is having a sunny evening from where she is. Oh, that's nice. At least we are having different experiences in the different spaces where we are sitting in. Glory says that he's having a hot and sunny day. And Judith, Kampala is just too hot. All right. So thank you so much for sharing that. And as we get deeper into our session today, we just want to again welcome you to the session. Please feel free. This is a safe space. And like Irene keeps on saying, that we have the opportunity to decide what we want to do, whether we want to have our cameras on or off, whether we want to speak, to pick the mic, or we want to type in the chat. Is a free space. We are at discretion to do that which we feel comfortable. It's also a space where we look forward to having a place where we can trust one another. And the information that we share here is confidential. So feel free as you come into the session. This is a space where we can talk to one another and agree and work together as facilitators. Okay. So welcome to the session. Let's hear Irene give us a little more about the Heart of African Facilitation.
So the Heart of African Facilitation is a community that allows everybody and welcomes everybody to share a session. Eventually, we'll be providing professional facilitators to support meetings. You know, if you have any workshop or anything that is going on and you want a facilitator, you can always reach out. But more so about networking and sharing what we know and what we find. And we invite everybody who might have a session that they would like to share with us, come forward and let us know. And then we can find a date and a time that they can join. So feel free to do that. It's not just me and Doreen, it's for everyone. And I hope that we can foster a place for belonging and feeling just appreciated and acknowledged and seen in the midst of so much that is going on in the world at the moment. We have some session objectives, and we are hoping to look at the current trends based on the facilitation report that was shared by Session Lab. We envision the future. We hope that we can look at how the future is going to look like. We co-create some strategies, our personal strategies and strategies for organizations and our communities. Of course, share skills. I know we all have a lot of skills. Some building global facilitators networks. I'm sure you'll meet someone you've never met before, someone you knew, someone you didn't know, and move on. And then we see how we can innovate and collaborate in practices that are out there or that we think will benefit us as we move forward. So I hope these objectives will be met in either small ways, big ways, or whichever ways that we might get there. You'll notice that the image was generated with an AI called Napkin, and we are hoping that at the end of the session, we can, if we take too long, we can ask whoever wants to play around with the napkin. We can show you how to play around with it. It's quite fun. So feel free at the end to join us. If we don't have time, we'll have like 10 minutes at the end. Impromptu networking. Doreen?
Yes.
Yes, thank you, Jeremy, for that. Yes. Yes.
Thanks so much, Irene, for sharing with us what you are looking into during the session. And it's always good you've mentioned about networking and getting to know one another. So this is an opportunity for us to go and talk to one another further, get to know who we are and what it is that we are doing, and ask ourselves what brings us to the session. So Irene will be putting us into groups. And when we go into our groups, we will be getting to know one another and finding out why we have come into the session, because I know we all have reasons why we have come in. So, Irene, please put us together and send us to the various rooms.
Okay. Opening all the rooms now, just click to join and then you'll be sent to a room. It's all random, so please feel free. And if, yeah, we'll come back and see if we can remix you again. Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jean is with us. Is it
Oh, Jean. Jean. I still call her Jean, you know, because
I'm being interrupted by
French,
a phone.
French is very hard.
I'm a bit late. Give me
That's
5
okay.
minutes, then I'll come back.
No problem, no problem. If you're still doing something else, we are just getting to know each other. So
we have Billups, who's also not joined.
I have asked him to go to join room 1.
He's moved.
Oh, to room 3. Yes, I moved him to room 3. Yeah. If not, then.
And Rachel is here. I don't know.
I'm moving her to room 4. Just click join, Rachel. I gave them 5 minutes. They come back and we let it be, yeah? We just do one round. Yeah.
We can do one round and check, have a pulse check, then we move.
Yeah, okay, you'll do that. The next one.
The facilitators, personas.
And they are coming back. They are coming back and we will be continuing. So you'll catch up. It's not. Sorry, guys. I clicked the wrong thing. So welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. In the chat, we've shared the slides because we might need you to use them or just the guiding questions in your breakout session. So we decided to share the slides. They're in view mode, but you know you can always download them to yours as a copy. So, but yeah, whoever wants them as a copy, you can always do that. But we've shared them. You can see them because you'll need them in the next session. How did it go? How did that go? What brings, were there any similarities? Anyone wants to talk to us? Similarities in what brings you to the session? Anyone?
Yeah, allow me to go maybe first.
Yes, Mariam, of course.
For our room 3, there was a lot of similarity in terms of we are here to network and just to have this platform where we're meeting other people from the continent and building relationships. And then another one was definitely learning the new AI tools that we can use in facilitation. Yes, those are the 2-3 common statements that we had.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Mariam. Thank you so much. Anyone else with something else that came up from your group? Why you came to the session? We see we are achieving some of the objectives. Anyone? Or you can share it in the chat. For those who have joined just now, or when we were in the breakouts, please let us know where you're joining from in the chat, and we'll appreciate. We've shared the link to the slides, and feel free to open them and see if you can follow. And we are going to continue, and I think this is the time for Doreen. So Doreen, take us through this session.
Thank you so much, Irene, and thanks so much, everyone, for being able to go and talk to one another. And I'm glad that we found that it's a point that we can make relationships and network as well as learn. As facilitators, there are some personalities or personas that come in or show up as we facilitate. Some of them are intentional. We have decided to do so depending on the kind of group that we are handling. Others are influenced by our natural personality. So it would be interesting for us to get to know the people that are sitting here, what personality you have or what persona resonates with you as you do facilitation. There are 6 of them we have shared with you, and because we already have Aichi, we can see you're mentioning that we increase the size of the screen a little. You also have access to the slides if you can be able to join and get into the slides so that you can comfortably see them better. So thanks so much. So we have the various personas. We would want you to get into the groups that you are in, and let's get to see what personas there are and what it is that you resonate with as a facilitator, and looking at the 6 of them, which one you share with your group, which one you would like to be more of. We have the visionary, we have the weaver, we have the catalyst, we have the guardian, we have the storyteller, we have the guide. So 6 of them, which one would you resonate most with? So this is on our slide 9. I can see a number of us have already gotten into the slides. So our slide 9. So Irene, will you put us into the groups again? And we work
yes. But
yes.
I mix them up. You know me. I mix them up a little bit, so they'll be in different groups. But
fantastic. Yes.
If one of them could share the slide, that would be good when they are in the breakout rooms, and then when you come back, we'll talk about it. I'm sending you into the groups now, please, and then when you come back, please, you'll share with us what you discussed. So here we go.
Yes, and please enjoy.
And please click join so that you go to your breakout room. Yeah.
Rachel, have you? Oh, she's in the group. Okay. Okay. We would stop recording kidogo, Irene. How many minutes have you given us? 5?
10.
10. That will be sufficient so that we don't run over into the hour kabisa, into the next hour. Oh.
Hi, Mary. Welcome back.
Hi, Irene.
Hi.
I hope my team is also back.
Some people take the 30 seconds to come back. Others come a little sooner. Oh, hi. Welcome back. Doreen, over to you. I'm sharing the links to the next one, but first I let you do your thing. Okay.
Jeremy is saying not enough time, and we agree with you, Jeremy. It's never enough time. Yeah, it's always very interesting to have conversations right in the group, and saying that we've just begun. And I also agree with you, Aichi. So let's get to hear these personas. Get to hear which one do you resonate with and why. And perhaps get to hear if in the team, there are people that had personas, a particular persona they were resonating with more than one person. It just be interesting to get to hear that. So I allow us to pick the mic any of us from the different rooms can pick the mic and tell us which persona did you resonate with? Is it the guide? Is it the visionary? Is it the storyteller, or who other persona it is? Yes, Joanne, please go ahead.
When you've asked that if there was, more than one persona that many people identified with, is when I've prompted my hand up, because in our group, we were all guides. We aspire to be what we'd like to be doing more of. It differed at that point, but what resonated with us the most is that we see ourselves showing up as the guides, as facilitators who guide. However, disclaimer, the time was not enough. We missed out on one team member. We did not hear from her.
Oh, okay. Apologies for that, and thanks so much for sharing that you all, or rather most of you, resonated with the guides. And why is it so? Were you able to give a reason why you, the facilitators were resonating with that?
Yes, our reasons were varied. And at this point, I'll actually just prompt Patrick. He'll probably represent himself better and faster than I would. Same as Moffat. For me, I identified as a guide because my facilitation background is an instructional designer. So I find that I am in the business of ensuring the design process is flawless, ensuring structure is there, providing direction. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Joanne. What about Patrick, before we go to another team?
Yeah, for me, it was not that easy to choose between the personas, because I think I exhibit them depending on the task or the assignment. So, but the one that is most difficult to avoid is the guide. So that's why I chose that one, because I think it's quite central to the work that you do. So you can infuse storytelling into a process once it's already has some direction and stuff. Depending on the dynamics in the group, sometimes you find yourself playing the guardian role. And then also when you're co-facilitating, you can swap roles so that, sometimes you can be almost like good cop, bad cop kind of thing. But I looked at Catalyst as the one I'd like to be doing a bit more, because I feel like particularly on our continent, that if we can get our facilitation to actually end up in terms of changing systems and processes, then it will become even more effective. So that is more an aspirational thing. But I don't really see the personas as being very different or I don't see them as being a straight line where one is either a guardian or a visionary. I think the roles change. But if you said most resonates, it has to be the guide, because that's where we all start off from, I think. I guess who did we say is next? Atisha.
Yep.
Perhaps another group.
Moffat. Oh yeah. Okay. Sorry, I was now facilitating. Sorry.
No worries, Patrick. Let's have someone from another group, as well as typing in the chat. That's also very nice. And as someone raises up their hand, I can read what Catherine has said. She says that same for harm. When Patrick was speaking, a guide primarily and by default drawing on the other personas as and when needed. So the dynamics of the team determine how the kind of personas that she elicits. And I can see other people are also agreeing with that. Mariam has agreed with that. Aichi is also agreeing with that. Do we have someone else who, or another team that had a different persona? Could hear one more person. And it's also good for you to combine the two. Which one you resonated with and the one that you would want to be as you grow up as a facilitator. Omido says that all the personas are beautiful. I wish I had bits of them all. I'm a visionary and a catalyst and always yearning for more. Wow. Right. Interesting. So do we have any other person? Okay, so those are the different personas that we have. Sometimes you would have more depending on who's given up the various personas, but generally this embodies what personalities we tend to show up as facilitators. And it's always good to have the desire to keep on learning and get to the space, like Patrick says, a space where we can hold space for the participants who come in, and we can help and catalyze conversations where people can be able to come up with their own solutions as we take them through their facilitation session. Okay, Aichi says that she picked on Catalyst because she's trained on facilitating change and has practiced that with different groups. Oh, fantastic. So thank you so much, Aichi. I would want at this point to hand over to Irene so that we can now start looking back at what facilitation has been and the trends that there has been. So Irene, to you. And thanks so much for the contributions.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I'm sure we'll continue refiguring out our personas because sometimes we are more than just one. So you'll figure it out as you go on. Who is a storyteller? Who is a catalyst? Who is a guide? And then you can decide on which one you are. Now, we are going to play a little bit with AI, and I had sent to you some links that I was hoping you'd sign up or sign in so that when we come, you are ready. And also the facilitation report from 2024-25 by Session Lab that we are going to just look at because it reflected on what we facilitators are all about. And what we are going to do is, I'm still going to send you into the groups. However, in the groups, you are going to open either ChatGPT or POE or whatever you are comfortable with, right? You are going to add that document you are going to add it as a document. You can't cut and paste because ChatGPT says it's too much text. So you're just going to add it as a document, and then you are going to look for a prompt. The prompts that we have are an example, that is. The prompt that we have is, please give 4 points on the use of AI in facilitation from the attached report, or please provide a summary of the continents and countries of those who responded to the survey, or something that you think resonates with you, something that you'd want to know that happened that will help us going forward in planning and co-creating our futures as facilitators. What is that one thing you'd like to know that came up in the report that will shape us going forward? Some of us want to know AI in Africa, others want to know how many female facilitators are there, or others want to know something different. So in your group, you can play around with that and just send in different prompts. Once you enter the document, you can keep on prompting differently. And then when we come back, we'll see what kind of, what was your curiosity from that, so that now we can move forward from there. We can see what it is. If it's not reflected there, do we need to look at it? Do we need to think about it? Do we need to move forward with it? Do we need to learn about it? Or what interest do you have? Yes? Yes, is that okay? Hello, are we good? So if I'm going to send you into groups again, should I be the same groups, you think? Yes? About 5 of you, it would be better if you play around when you are 5 of you or 4 of you. It might be better, yes. And then, yes. And one of you has to have saved the report in your computer so that you can add it to ChatGPT as as a document. Are we okay? If you have any problems, there's a way you can ask for help when you're in the breakout rooms. Yeah. So I will now send you back to the rooms, and then we can just play around and see what is there, what can we do with our, yeah. You can choose either ChatGPT, POA. If we are all doing ChatGPT, that's okay, because our prompts or what we are looking for in that report is totally different. Okay, shall I? I'm opening the rooms, please join. Please join the rooms, please join. If you have any questions, please let me know and I can answer before you go to your group. So that, so we are going to start with the topics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what topics did you choose to review?
Yep.
And then we see. Yeah. I'm sure time is still an issue, so we'll see how far they got in their work. Yes, we know. Short, yes, we know. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back. I think, Doreen, you had a comment about the persona before we continue with the topics that they might have chosen to review in the report. Huh?
Yes, thanks so much, Irene. There was a question by Rachel before we left for the group discussion. And is there a recommended, if I could rephrase it? Yes, is there a recommended persona for a facilitator? And this, we would say, while we are looking at the personas, is to encourage self-awareness, and we see who it is that we want to show up as, depending on the group dynamics that we expect and the objectives that the team looks at achieving through your facilitation. So we may not say the guide is the best, the catalyst is the best, the storyteller is the best. It depends on what exactly you are doing with the team. And it's important for you to be self-aware on how you would want to show up for that team, for you to be able to hold the space for them the best way possible as a facilitator, for them to be able to achieve their goals as they learn. So that's what we would say for the facilitators' personas. Yep. So, and back to you, Irene.
Thank you so much. I see that I'm being told that the time was too short. They only got to do that. Aichi says they only got to do one question, which is okay. So we are going to just start. We chose a summary of the impact of facilitation. So what are the, Mariam, what are the things that came in that topic? What are the things that came up in that topic that when you asked ChatGPT, or which one did you use? Did you use ChatGPT?
Yes, we use ChatGPT. I think it's a bit familiar to most of us.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So what we did is once you put in the document, we asked it to provide a summary of the impact of facilitation, and it provided six impacts.
Yeah.
And one was project success and efficiency. We have collaboration and trust building, learning and development, need for skilled facilitators, challenges of poor facilitation and future of facilitation. Basically, it said that overall facilitation is a critical skill that impacts productivity, learning, and organizational success. When done well, it leads to transformative outcomes, while poor facilitation can have detrimental effects on engagement and progress. I don't know how accurate that is.
Because you entered the document, it's accurate from the document because it summarizes what it's reading from the document.
Yeah,
but
'cause it
it's
said
always good. It's always good to go back and check out if what it said is somewhere there. But I think because you entered the document, it actually gets a summary from the document. Unlike when you ask it openly, you know, without anything. That's when you have to doubt what comes out. Thank you, Mariam. Which group was that? Perhaps you can go to another one.
Group 4.
Okay, that was group 4.
But I must mention, even the time was not enough for us as well.
Yes, time. I think we just need to play around so that when you go, you can also, you know, just do your own summaries. Because one of the things that we are trying to do is make sure that people are not scared of AI, because someone was saying, oh, are we cheating? Are we doing this? AI is there to help us. So another group tells us which prompt they used. Group 1, group 2, group 3, please. Anyone? Hello. I see Judith has an open mic. Judith?
I was calling upon our colleague Bilaps to share.
Oh, Bilaps. Okay, Bilaps, please share what you
Sure.
your prompt. Yes, please. Okay.
We had 2 prompts. I'll share just one. We said, hello, help me get some 3 insights from the report, specifically in the country of Uganda. Make it very simple and plain in 150 words.
Okay.
So it gave us some 3 points. One is the growing need for facilitation in various sectors in Uganda. Technology and AI in facilitation. And then investment in facilitation training. So what needs to be done, especially in Uganda or something like that?
Yeah.
So that was our prompt. Thank you.
Right. Okay. I would also want to ask it how many facilitators responded to the survey from Uganda, so that you know that that is a proper reflection from the Ugandan facilitators.
Okay.
I would go ahead and do that to the reporter, because then it might be also cooking, like someone said. How sure are we that it's so? Just to make sure, then you have a follow-up question: how many facilitators, or how many facilitators did from Africa or East Africa or something like that? Then you can tell if what has been responded. But it's also good to just check the response that was. You can also have a prompt that says, give me the response of, and give me any response that came from Ugandan facilitators, that you can see and compare what has come. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Bilaps. Another group before we move on. Another group. Moffat. Jacob. No, I'm calling the people that
yes, Irene.
okay.
Yes. I think if you can hear me.
Yes, I can. Yes.
I think I'll just go from group 1, and please, Catherine and Archie, please correct me if I'm not summarizing this correctly. We used the prompt that you listed in the PowerPoint of the 4 points for the use of AI in facilitation.
Yes.
And we were reflecting on the first points that stated that more than 85% of facilitators were now using AI. So we had kind of like a reflective chat about whether, in this case, especially Archie and Catherine, who are 2 very experienced facilitators, could imagine that they would use AI, and also whether that 85% really reflected sort of like a realistic number of facilitators that are currently using AI. So we had a little bit of chat about that, and from what I gathered from Catherine and Archie is that there's still a bit of some time where they have to like just check out what AI can do. And in the meantime, I got the impression that it's more like the human brains that are still very much in the play. So I think that as far we got in group 1.
Okay. Oh, thank you. And you still use ChatGPT, right?
Yes, that's correct. I will use the ChatGPT.
Okay. Okay. All right then. Oh, thank you so much. Anyone else before we close? Anyone else wants to say what their prompt was, what they were curious about, so that now we can figure out where to go from here? Anyone else?
Yeah, I think I can share something, Irene, which I also shared with the group, that I've been using AI, but not really on facilitation, except maybe when I just try to get some, I don't know how to put it.
Yeah.
And I wasn't very sure whether you can do some designing of facilitation process with AI really, because I thought maybe that one you need to have the, do we call the license, or do we say the plan, paid plan, for you to be able to do that, which I haven't gone into paid plan really.
Oh, okay. But you do realize, but you do realize that the free version actually does a lot before you go to the paid, and then when it doesn't do what, like extensively, then now that's when you can go to the paid one. The free versions actually do a lot of things. And I'll show you an example. So we are going to go to the trends. I just shared, I loaded and said, please provide past trends and challenges highlighted in the attached report. So I attached the report, and this is what happened in POA. This is POA and POE, and this is the trends that were there: shortened session length, multimodal facilitation, growing impact, importance of AI recognition, and then challenges were maintaining engagement, managing own capacity, over-reliance on technology, need for training, and cultural sensitivity and DEI. This is POE. With the same question, can we see what Doreen got? Do you want to share your and show the difference that you might have gotten? I see how do these AI tools handle data protection? There is no data protection in what you feed it is what it gives you. Because remember, AI is what we feed into it. It actually brings back what we feed, the reports that we feed into it, the things we tell it, the prompts that we ask it, it makes it even sharper. So it's us who are feeding into it. If there's something that you do not want known, then you don't feed it into AI, because it will be used as an example somewhere. But also remember, there's a lot of hallucination, because if you go and ask, tell me something about Dr. Mariam Okumu, they'll actually bring where you went to school, how many PhDs you have, and that kind of thing. That is called hallucination because it's AI. So just be careful that the output that you get. If you get funny output, you know that you need to rephrase your prompt and be more specific about your prompt. Yes, I can see trends and from Doreen. Do you want to speak to that from ChatGPT? Remember, mine was different. It was POE. Now this is ChatGPT from Doreen. So go ahead, please.
Yes, Irene, this is what I prompted through ChatGPT. And I attached the report and said, please provide trends and challenges in the report attached. So the trends came in first. There was growing role of AI in technology. That was the first trend. The second was facilitation as a core skill. Then another thing that was noted is the hybrid and online facilitation and how it's coming up. There was also increased demand for shorter sessions, facilitation for social impact and sustainability. So those are the trends that were picked by ChatGPT. And the challenges were keeping momentum after the sessions, managing time and energy during the sessions, finding consistent work, and the complexity of hybrid facilitation as another challenge. And there was limited understanding of facilitation value. So those are the challenges that were picked by ChatGPT. Yes.
Doreen,
I
before
fully
you go
agree
out,
with the
yes.
last point, yeah? I fully agree with the last point. That is that
Yes.
many organizations do not know the value of facilitation.
And it's a huge skill that is required for people to have effective workshops and meetings and planning sessions that they have. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, back to you, Irene.
Yeah, so do you see the fun of using two AIs, because one gives you slightly different things, so you can gauge what is it that I want to pick up. Do I pick, because English is also, you know, the way some of it can be just word salad. The other one can be better, but you can also send in, you know, you can also rephrase or restructure your prompt. IT is asking, how do we enter, how do we share the document? You add it to the plus.
Yeah, Mariam has just responded to that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, do you see this plus? So you see where message is for POE. This is where you enter the prompt. You see that?
Yes.
That's where you enter the prompt. And then you attach the document here.
Okay.
So when you do that, it asks you, where do you go? So it takes you to your computer.
My
you
God.
pick your document from there. Yes.
Okay.
But sometimes
I'm not used to this.
But sometimes I can also do this and copy this message and then say, please rephrase this. Yeah. Sorry. And then I enter that. So it will rephrase what I've told it to rephrase, just the trends and whatever it is, yeah? So it will have, it will rephrase what I've asked and then reduce session length. It's still the same and not a lot has changed because it's still POE, right? So that's where you enter that. Thank you.
Oh my God.
Yes, it's fun. So we have gone through this, and please keep on playing, please. We have a final breakout session. Now, in this breakout session, we are going to be doing something we call either you are tweeting from the future, you are reporting, or we can do it actually in plenary. You are tweeting from the future, you are reading from the future, or a blog that you've had. Pick one of the above and create either an image or a headline or a speech about something that depicts the future of facilitation. It doesn't have to be too long, yeah? It can be just a tweet, it can be just that. So do we do it in plenary or can I send you into groups? What do you think? We do it in plenary, everybody comes up with something that you add to the chat and speak to it quickly?
Yeah, plenary.
What do you think?
You can do it from
topic,
here.
Yes, a topic, a title of something. How does facilitation, what would the headlines look like? If you read what is the most prestigious, the Times, yeah, is the most prestigious, document that ever lives. So how would they describe facilitation on the first page, on the top cover? So those are the things you need to think about. How would facilitation look like in 2030 and beyond? Yeah. I'll stop this and we can think about it and add it. And as you add it, we will read through it. So please feel free to do that. If you want to create an image, that's also okay. Those who are comfortable with Copilot, you can also create an image and you can share it with us. Let's see, you know. Yeah. Remember, we've just shown you how to prompt AI, so you can also use AI. The only thing is that I prefer when people say they're using AI so that we can also play around with it more, the topics that you've gotten from AI. Is everybody comfortable with that? Janet, Maya, you're all good? Glory, everybody's comfortable?
I really don't think we have a choice when it comes to AI. We really must just make ourselves to be comfortable using it.
Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. All right. So the brief is clear, yeah? It's not complicated, yeah? I've not complicated it. Okay, so let's see, anyone who starts with anyone sharing something?
Yes, I got a very funny figure.
Sorry? Oh,
I got a very funny figure.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Somebody has shared on the chat. Okay.
Catherine, do you want to share on the big screen, please?
How do
Are you
I share?
able to do that?
Let me just
quickly sharing. Oh, okay.
That is what I got.
Yes, you see?
Nice.
You see? Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's really cool. What was the prompt? What did you tell it?
The prompt was give me an image to depict the future of facilitation.
Yes, yes. So there, and remember, you can either click to copy or you can just download it. You have also to play around to learn how to download the images that you have and how to put them where you want. Okay, Aichi, thank you. Oh, that's really cool. Perhaps you can stop and then Catherine can share hers and then we see.
Thanks, Irene.
Yes.
I'm happy to share mine.
Yes, please.
I didn't
yes,
spend a lot of time. I just did a quick prompt.
Yes, that's what it's all about.
Exactly.
Oh. What did you use?
Wow.
Poe, and I think the prompt I gave it was generate an image for the future state of facilitation.
Okay.
Where it's used to create safe and inclusive spaces for collaboration and co-creation.
Okay.
Yeah, along those lines.
Poe has really interesting images, huh?
Yes.
The colors are really nice.
Oh, here is the prompt I gave it. Create an image for the future state of facilitation as a profession and skill that unlocks collective wisdom and creates safe spaces for inclusive dialogue and collaboration and co-creation.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. That's so cool. Thank you so much, Catherine. We have Billup. Billup, is this a heading or what is it?
Yeah, that's a heading. African Oral Narratives, a human-centered facilitation tool.
Okay.
So in the future, people will want to go back to storytelling.
Yes.
So like in Africa, we want to, most of the time we think facilitation is just one person led.
Right.
So we want to create a space where people tell their stories beautifully. So that's why I thought of that headline. So how can we learn from African oral narration, the oral tradition?
Right.
where we don't necessarily have to document online, but just talking. There's beauty in oral tradition. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Anyone else with a heading?
Yes, Mariam had written something on the chat, and it was from ChatGPT, the future of facilitation, navigating 2030 with innovation, inclusion, and AI as a headline.
Okay.
Yes.
Ah, that's nice. That's super. Anyone else before we continue? We have one more thing that we need to do because we need to actually get into what we can commit to, knowing that there are so many things that may be missing, may not there. What do we need to do as facilitators for our future? How can we shape, what do we need to do to shape the facilitation in the future? So someone else has shared something. Playful and quirky AI can read the room, but only human facilitators can feel it. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, we have, and then potential airline headline. That's so cool. Formal and professional. In 2030, AI powers the process, but human facilitators still hold the room. Yeah. Hold the room, hold everything. Actually, we hold the facilitators still unlock. I'm trying to read this. Unlock, playful, quirky, and AI can read the room, but facilitators feel it. Nice. The power of hybrid AI, human facilitation, transforming global collaboration in 2030. Okay. I see now you're getting the hang of it. That's super. So let's play more. But now we get to where rubber meets the road. I would like us to commit to something that we are going to do individually. If you work in an organization, for your organization, if you work for a community, your community, just one or two things that you are going to do. I'm sharing the link again for the Google Doc. You are going to pick one of the parts and write your name so that the other people can know you have taken that part, and just commit to at least two things or three that you're going to do either as an individual. This is for you, either as an individual, for your organization, or a community, or one of each, if you are in all those. You don't have to write much because we don't have much time. So if we could have just about 5 minutes to just take time to, go through that and just write a few things that we are committing to, because if we want a future that is AI, if we want to improve on our facilitation, if we want to network, if we want to be better at the methods and what is it that we commit to as individuals to do so that we can be better in the future as facilitators. So please feel free to write there. If you don't want to write your name, you can also assume a new name. And also, you can also just give yourself a new name. So it depends on you if you want to be not visible. That's also okay. Yeah. If you're unable to get to the doc, you can also do it in the chat. We'll also appreciate that. So we give it about 3 to 5 minutes. We'll be back. I'll play some background music by about 23 past the hour. We'll be back to finish the session. I hope everybody is able to stay. Hi, Ida. How are you? How is Togo?
Hi, I am fine. Togo is fine. I'm sorry I take lately
no problem.
meeting.
No
Yes,
problem. I
okay.
hope you are following. That's what matters. I hope
yes, okay. Yes. Thank you very much. Congratulations. Hello, Doreen. Hi.
If anyone is stuck, please do let us know. We can help. Perhaps we share what is going on out there so that we don't feel alone. Here is what is happening. Let me see if I can make it a bit bigger, that we can all see what's going on. So that's what is happening there. If you want to write your name, that's okay. If not, that's also okay. Please make sure you don't delete other people's. And if you do, please just do undo or go back to the arrows and just undo. Then it's all good. Yeah. Bilab says we should appreciate the 4 men on this call. Yes, we do appreciate the 4 men on this call. Thank you, Bilab, for bringing that up. But if you go to as you do this, if you go to the report, if you check the percentage of female versus male facilitators, you'll realize that there are more female facilitators than male. So that might also give you an idea why we are more in the call than the male facilitators. But that doesn't have to be. We can be 50-50. We can also be more male than female. So, yeah. So that's a challenge to you, Bilabs, to just go and see what is the percentage of female facilitators as opposed to male facilitators actually in the world. Just go and check. You'll be surprised. Yeah. And I hope we can change it in Africa so that we are balanced. We have both male facilitators. Now, I'll stop talking now and hand over to Doreen. Doreen, over to you. I am sharing the document. You let me what to do.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Irene. And it's an interesting thought that Bilabs has. I'm glad that people have commitments that they're making to themselves and to the organizations, those that are support organizations, and to the community as well. Allow me to just read perhaps one for the interest of time. We are several of us, yeah. Let me read Judith. And Judith.
Judith is not the beginning. If you go, yeah, you need
let
to
me
go
scroll up. I'll read
I can scroll for you. Yeah, here.
I'll read Bilabs.
Okay.
So it says that he will read and report fully and share with colleagues, practice more AI facilities, proactively engage with other facilitators to learn and collaborate with them in facilitation events in Kenya. It will be interesting to know why Kenya. I will take more time to visit the website and learn more, right? And to the organization says that Compassion International, he will lead such a discussion. He will review the report and practice through different AI apps to get the precise result. Also share with colleagues at the office on how to apply it, what that means for the team. We'll also share today's learning with the IAF chapter in country and the other colleagues. To the community is willing to collaborate with people here and learn more on how to improve on collaboration among partners in the community. Wow, fantastic. Thanks so much, Bilabs, for sharing this. We have Patrick. I may not read Joanne, Judith, several of us, and I'm glad that you're thinking about what it is that we would want to commit to. 5 minutes may be a little short time for you to think through your personal commitment and the organizational commitment, but it's just a way to encourage you to think through, now that you've gone through what facilitation looks like and the trends that there have been, and how we can collaborate and work together as facilitators into the future, how would you carry that over? So I'm glad we are doing that. And beyond the session, I would encourage us to keep on doing that. Is there someone who would want to pick up the mic and state something before we go to the very final slide of the day that is just checking out? Anyone who can pick up the mic and share their commitments? I know you have typed, but yes, if there's anyone who would want to pick up the mic. Can I see a hand? Yes.
I'm happy to if nobody else.
Fantastic. Yes, please, Catherine, please go ahead.
So yeah, I'm really thanks. It's been on my to-do list, but it fell off again, and now after today's session, I'm inspired again to go and study the report in some more detail. So thanks for that encouragement. And I was thinking I'm quite interested in my little organization, at least, to see what are some of the trends, the challenges, the opportunities, but also how can we maybe address some of those? And then hopefully how can we find opportunities to learn and share about maybe some of those trends, opportunities, and challenges in the future of facilitation with others here in the IAF community. That's what came up for me. Thank you for today's session.
All right, thank you so much, Catherine, and thanks for sharing the personal action that you have beyond today's session, that you have been encouraged to think about something that you had shelved before, right? So Aichi says that it's a very interesting and great learning. She didn't know that she could do so much with GPT. And Irene is encouraging that there are several other AI tools that we'll keep on sharing and practicing and using them. So thank you very much for your commitment and even the time that you have given to us, that we can be able to share with you some of the spaces where we can collaborate in, and how the history has looked like and the trends, and now where we are. And I'm glad the personal commitment is happening. On the very final slide, I would just want to ask us to think through one idea from the session that they would want to put into practice. What is this one idea that you have picked from this session and you feel it could be very helpful going into the future if you put it into practice? May I ask if we can type in the chat and perhaps have one person sharing, picking the mic and sharing with us before we sign out of the session? Yeah. Anyone who would want to pick up the mic? What it is that you would want to put into practice as you get into the future of facilitation?
Right.
Yes, Rachel, please go ahead.
Thank you, Doreen, and thank you, everyone, Irene, for this amazing session that you had with us. I'm very excited because what I am practicing right now is using Core. I've been using ChatGPT, but I had not used Core, and I am here just amazed on how it is good, even helping me to compare with other AI tools like gaming. And I'm like, wait, all this has been happening and I've not been aware. So I'm very grateful for this session, and I now get more AI tools to implement in my facilitation work. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you so much, Rachel, for sharing that with us. Indeed, you have some extra tools under your wing that you can play around with, and many more are available. So it's a nice space that you come into, and you spared your time to come in to the session. Thanks so much. Patrick says there is picked that the importance of advancing Africa-led facilitation. Yeah. Mariam says that they would like to start using and practice creation of presentations, etc., with the tools. Take advantage of the AI tools and make your presentations better. Judith was able to look into the facilitator's persona. Aichi says now I can use ChatGPT to do visual facilitation, and so happy. And so happy is in capital letters. Thanks, Irene and Doreen and all the participants. Glory mentions that I have come to know I can use more than one AI app to get broader information and choose in what more appropriate for my content. And also was not aware if I could do a huge document as an attachment. And thanks so much to the organizer. Thank you so much for what you're sharing that you've been able to pick out of this session. And I know we can keep on talking to one another and sharing a little more. And I'm so excited and glad to have met with you today and shared learning. Yes, I can see Moffat raising his hand physically. We'll allow him to say something before I hand it over to Irene to share with us the next session that we have. That's also very exciting. So yes, Moffat, then Irene will pick it up from that. Yes, please go ahead, Moffat.
Hello, guys. For me, this is my first meeting. Like, for me, I've never had I've never facilitated anything like online. For this meeting, I've learned and I just pray that we keep on interacting and I will be learning more. Thank you.
All right, you're most welcome, Moffat, and we are glad that you are able to make time to join in. Yeah, Irene, please tell us about the upcoming session as you usher us out with the music.
Yes, two things. Whoever wants to stay for another 10 minutes, I can show them Napkin AI. It's very interesting. It's easy to use. So if you want to stay after for 5 minutes, that's good. However, we have a session in honor of the International Women's Day that is coming up. So I hope that most of you can join. I had some links here. I can't even find them anymore. I had some links that I was going to share, so I think I'll share in different places because it here anymore. Yeah, so we have a session at 3 East African time. So, but we'll calculate your time and share in different spaces, and probably I can also send them as when I send the email of these resources, I'm going to share it with you, the recording. You know the way I usually share the resources of the session. So I'll share and share the link for that if you want to join. It's about women in facilitation, but it doesn't mean that men facilitators or male facilitators cannot join. We'll be playing a lot with AI in designing and doing a lot of things. So if you're there, we will be happy to have you. So thank you everyone for being here. We'll say thank you, and whoever wants to stay, we can stay and we can play around with a bit of napkin if you so wish. Thank you. Perhaps we can open our cameras and see we can see each other and say goodbye and see if we can, if you can, because you know, if you can, yeah.
Hello,
If you
Irene.
can, that would be nice. Yes, if
Please.
you can, that would be nice.
Did you register this session?
Did I register?
The meeting? Did you register the meeting? Yes.
For the women,
yes.
Women's Day,
No,
yes.
no, that one, the one